Welcome. This is a reroll guide for Persona 5 The Phantom X. If you've never played before, I recommend you play the game at least up until the point where you're able to craft a grappling hook in your home. We will be skipping through large amounts of content, so it's good if you've already got yourself started. Please consider this your spoiler warning. Before we can start a new game on a new account, we'll need to delete our existing account. So log into it, then click User, Other Settings, Delete Account. Input the word delete, click Done, and then click Delete. For rerolling, it's best to begin as a guest, and you can always link to your account credentials later if you get the outcome you desire. Set your country and age range, and then agree to the terms of use and privacy policy to begin the game. There's going to be text to speed through, and then we're going to need to click I do. As soon as the opening cutscene begins and you can see a glimpse of the water, use the Skip All button. If you do it too quickly, you may need to press it twice. As soon as Joker changes to Wonder then back again, you gain control, so be ready to move towards the platform and jump onto it. You're going to hang left here, jump onto the other platform that comes around, and when you jump up, it's going to start another cutscene that you can skip with the Skip All button. After that, be ready to make your way across to the other side, where we're going to skip another cutscene. As you speed through more runs, it's good to practice learning which buttons you're going to need to press next. For the start of our first battle, we're going to need to select Persona, then Arsene's Chains, and then the Moloch enemy shadow that we're fighting. The next action we're going to need to be ready for is going to be Joker's highlight attack with a button at the bottom center of the screen. When you're on mobile like me, it helps to remember where buttons will pop up so you can press them as soon as possible. Of course, you may need to adjust how you interpret this guide if you're using a different control scheme. After the battle, we'll skip forward with Skip All, then be shown a summary of events before skipping all again. Here will be where you'll have the option to change Nagisa Kamoshiro's name. I personally take this opportunity to give myself a unique name. The name you use here will be used in your Compagno, in chat, and on your profile. If you want to change it later on, you can only do it one time for free. I am Potato Buns. We'll skip all again, see another summary, and then close out of a tutorial. We'll want to make our way to the door next. You don't actually need to adjust the camera, but if it keeps insisting, just give it a moment. We'll go to the hallway, skip all, see a summary, skip all again, see another summary again, and then end up in Mementos. We can move again as soon as Mementos loads, and when it does, we're going to move towards the right and go forward, so we can go up the escalator behind Lufel. Be ready to jump off of the train platform, and as you follow around the curve, make sure that you don't get too close to the wall, or else you might get stuck on it, and it'll make you slow down just a bit. When we choose to skip all here, it's going to ask you to confirm. The battle will begin with some dialogue boxes, and a dialogue choice for you to pick one of two options. It doesn't matter which one you choose. After more dialogue, we're going to use a standard attack. You can skip dialogue by pressing anywhere on the screen, so I usually try to keep my finger around where the next option is going to be. Lufel will attack on his own. Yanoseek's one line of dialogue is followed up by a highlight attack, and then you need to select the bicorn. Since I'm making two selections with such quick succession, I actually like to use two fingers for parts like this. We'll speed through the victory screen and then skip all. The game will want us to dash next, and you won't be able to use the circle pad to move until after you press the dash button, so be ready to press it first and then move forward. Skip all, and we'll already be in our third battle. All we need to do is skip through Lufel's dialogue, and he'll attack on his own. Then we need to use a one more to finish the enemy pixie off. Now might be a good opportunity for me to mention, the settings menu also has some options for you to skip through battle animations or make certain animations go through faster. When I'm playing normally, I do like to keep all of the animations turned on, but when you're playing for rerolls, you might want to keep them off. Here we unlock tutorials, and I click the one on highlights to quickly get through it and earn my 5 metajoules. The phone menu icon's in the top left next to the map in Mementos. The tutorials button is on the right, and the weaknesses and one more tutorial is on the top of the list on the left. Finally, the home button at the top gets us right out. Dash running straight into the train platform makes us jump on top of it, and then take the second escalator from the right to the top. Next, we'll skip all into our fourth battle, which is against the Wraith of Envy boss. By this point, we're usually somewhere around the 5-minute mark. Lufel has some dialogue to skip through, then you'll change battle commands, select item, first aid medicine, and your main character to use it on. Now is it just me, or does the noise that this thing makes kinda sound like a Xatu from Pokemon? Nope, just me? Okay, moving on then. We've got some text, change your battle commands, and guard. The next thing we're going to need to do is select Persona, then Tatra Shot, and then the enemy. A small tip is that you're not going to click on the actual snake eye itself, but rather the chain where it attaches to the eyeball. That's a little bit of a fun pun, by the way. This thing literally has snake eyes. I just love the design of this boss. It's just so creative. For your next move, you can be ready to hit it with a one more. We're going to skip through some more dialogue, and then we're going to hit it with an all-out attack to finish the fight with style. Breeze through the battle results screen and then hit skip all after the boss. It is possible to skip unlocking tutorials, which will then make you skip learning how to use items, how to guard, and even how to use all-out attacks. The boss fight is trivialized by this, as it can be won in as few as 2 turns, and by simply restarting the game, you can get back everything you didn't unlock before. I wanted to showcase doing this battle the normal way, because I feel like the glitch is less consistent and harder to pull off, so this is quicker in the long run. Getting home, we're going to get hit with some tutorials and the daily Hoot and Loot. We do want the meta jewels from the tutorials and the Wingbeat coins from the daily Hoot and Loot, but if you don't get them right away, you can find them in the phone menu later, so don't worry about it. Head to bed. We're level 3 now and our goal is level 10. We'll do another skip all, and then the game's going to want to teach us about synergy. Unlike in Mementos, when the phone menu icon is in the top left of the screen next to the map, outside of Mementos, the phone menu icon is in the bottom right corner of the screen. Here you see me click the synergy icon, rewards, and then get, and then home. But since I did it so fast, it actually makes me do it twice. This is a good example of what not to do. The back button takes multiple presses to exit, so the home button is faster to leave. Run up, advance the text once, hit the skip button once, not twice, and then advance the text once more. Here I use the fast forward button at the top of the screen, advance the text, and say I'll try to do what I can. A quick enough skip all will just skip his arm animation, and then the next 2 skip alls will bring you into Mementos and into a fight. If you followed my instructions correctly, you don't need to learn about Lufel's business plans, and you can save some time. Skip a text box and the quickest battle plan is this. Perform a standard attack with Wonder, then use Cattle's persona Rod Roy to attack with Owl Fire. This exploits the Mandrake's weakness to fire, knocking it down, opening up an opportunity for you to use Cattle for a one more to hit the other Mandrake with fire, knocking it down, which then gives you a chance to finish the fight with an all-out attack. On rare occasions, Wonder's attack will be a critical hit, knocking the Mandrake down right away, so Cattle can follow up with a one more, and then you can use an all-out attack to finish the fight even quicker. We have a skip all after the battle, but the scene afterwards can't be skipped, so be ready to speed through some text, select the dialogue option, and speed through some more text. When Igor finishes talking and Merope takes a bow, you actually don't need to press any inputs for a little while, so take a breather, maybe have a sip of water. Any signature will do on the contract, even just a dot. I put an I down for this video, because I am thou, thou art I. Just for fun. You're gonna get Mont no matter what you do. Skip all, blah blah blah, you know the deal by this point. What you're going to need to poke next is going to be the Contracts button in the top left corner of the screen, followed by you skipping through a text box and clicking the Home button. Here I'll show you an easy mistake. Here you can actually ram the chains off of the gate before it asks you to ram it. If you do, it'll force you to ram again. So just wait until it tells you to ram, then ram. Charge into battle and then Cattle will have a question for you. Give him any answer, finish the conversation, and then we can begin. Wonder has some freedom, but it's quickest just to use a regular attack. The game will want you to use Mont's persona Tersiphone, whose Frost Lily skill can exploit the ice weaknesses of all 3 enemies on the field, knocking them all down. This opens them up to an all-out attack, which will finish the final fight we need to do before we can roll. By now we should be around the 10-minute mark, and congrats, you're most of the way there. I like using this as a little bit of a benchmark to keep myself encouraged when I'm doing this over and over and over and over and over again. We get to level 8, get some bonuses, and hit skip all again. We get a couple tutorials, then it's going to want us to go to the Phantom Thieves menu. You're going to hit the phone menu first, then hit Thieves, Luful, Training, Level Up in red, 2 Level Up manuals, double click or hold click, whichever is quickest for you, Level Up in yellow, yes to confirm, and then the home button to back out. Now we're just going to dash forward 30 meters here. You can ram if you want to. It doesn't make you go any faster, but it does make a fun little moo noise. Next we're going to use the skip all button like we're Mr. Lufel. 1, 2... 3, 4. Don't press it again or you might hit something you don't want to. We're going to dash to the palace entrance. You can spam the button if you'd like to go a little faster, just don't hit any walls. Skip all, dash to the back. Don't worry about getting there quickly because you'll still need to wait up for cattle anyways. After that it's just 2 more skip alls and a summary and we'll be home free where we can do everything else we need to for this run. At this point is when I usually like to click the mail button on the left side of the screen. At the time of recording, there are 100 metajoules and 20 gold tickets to claim. This guide may become a little outdated if you're playing at some point in the future when those prizes are different, but right now we're working with what we've got. We've already just hit level 10, but I like to craft a grappling hook here. Doing it nets you 50 metajoules from Lufel's Synergy Up and another 5 from the tutorial on the workbench. Close out of any ads that pop up, and then we're going to click the Events button at the top of the screen. The Take Your Heart event is available for 30 days after you create your file. We're going to click on the calling card, and then we're going to click on the treasure. Click the heart again to get 1 gold ticket, and then click the back button to get to the events screen. The Converging Destinies daily bonus screen also gives us 2 gold tickets, which we're going to want. Return to the Thieves Alliance page, and since we've reached level 10, we can also claim 10 more gold tickets. From the event screen, you can actually go straight to the Good Steals contract page. Good Steals are available one time when you start the game, and allow you to make 10 contracts for only 8 gold tickets. It can be done up to 5 times, and then you get your choice between Skull, Panther, or Mona. If you've been following along so far, you should have 33 gold tickets, which is 1 more than you need for 40 pulls. We can save our choice Phantom Thief for later. Getting 40 pulls for now is great, but more than the characters, what we're really getting right now are Cognigems. From the Contracts page, we can click Exchange at the top of the screen and go straight to the Cognition shop. You should have gotten some clear and maybe even violet Cognigems from your last 40 pulls, so we're going to trade them in for as many metajoules as you can get. You should be able to get over 1,000 from this. In the Login Rewards exchange page, we can trade in our 100 Wingbeat coins from the Daily Hoot and Loot for a Platinum ticket. From your phone menu, the Synergy, Rewards, and Tutorials sections might also have some metajoules for you to pick up. The Random Spotlight Phantom Idol contracts are what we've been getting ready for. It's through these contracts that you can obtain some of the rarest characters in the game, such as Joker or Bui. Gold tickets won't do you any good here. You'll need to have Platinum tickets, metajoules, or Cognition crystals to draw these contracts. Any character who will end up in the Phantom Idol Draft X can eventually be gotten with gold tickets. If you're starting new files to re-roll, you can set your own goals, but I'd personally recommend to pick 1 limited time Phantom Idol or Phantom Thief and aim for them. In my own experience, I spent the weekend re-rolling for Joker. I drew him twice within my first 40 re-rolls, but I got a little greedy and thought I'd want to try and get a file with both him and another 5-star unit. I soon regretted that idea. This game actually only allows you to make 100 guest accounts on 1 device. The block is server-side, so uninstalling and reinstalling won't help you. It wasn't until my 99th account that I drew Joker for the 3rd time, and that cut it pretty close. From my experience, my opinion is that if you can get 1 character you really want with your first 10 pulls, that's a good file to start with. From there, you should be able to save up enough platinum tickets and meta crystals to get another character that you really like when they're available. Those resources are limited and scarce, and cognition crystals are premium. You can only get them with real-world money, and sometimes they're pretty expensive. To guarantee yourself a character that you really want, you're going to need to write 160 contracts. That's a lot of meta jewels and platinum tickets. You might feel like those things come easy as you're starting out the game, but the more time goes on, the more difficult those resources are going to become to obtain. Discussing which units to pull for or which tickets to save when is beyond the scope of this video. My goal here was to create a video that could help guide people to re-roll a file in under 15 minutes, and I hope it's been helpful. If this is something you choose to do, then I wish you the best of luck in restarting your game until you're able to get a file that you're really happy with starting and you have a character that you love having on your team. Thank you for watching.